It's going to be great to take it game by game.
Whole Toomer's Corner celebration with the role in it. I mean, it's one of the more unique things in the country in college football. How important is that, just that act and that tree to Auburn's identity, and what does it mean to you personally?
It's part of our tradition. It's part of our spirit. You know, the Auburn spirit. That's a big thing that we do. Is after every win, be it football, basketball, baseball, any sport, is we go roll those trees. And I think I heard that a couple days ago that we got cleared to roll them again this year. So the spirit's going to live on for at least another year, and hopefully we can do whatever we can to keep those trees healthy for as long as we can. And if not, we're just going to have to plant some more, and over time the tradition will keep going.
Philip, what's this experience been like here today?
It's kind of been a whirlwind. There's so many people here, and then being from Georgia, you see some of the reporters that you knew from back home, and it's just real interesting to see all these people and all the attention's on just some small town kid like me. But it's been fun. It's been a great experience.
Well, do you expect to be even more a part of the passing game this year?
Yeah, I think my role in the offense is going to expand a lot. We lost Terrell Zachary, Darvin Adams, and Cody Burns on outside, and so it's going to be guys like me and Emory Blake who need to step up and be those playmakers this year.
How confident are you that the offense can produce it at such a high level, even without Newton and the offensive line from last year?
Just look at the years Coach Malzahn's had in different systems with different teams. He's posted top 5 offenses just about everywhere he's been, and we expect to do the same thing at Auburn this year.
Philip, as it gets closer and you keep hearing Auburn's is not going to be very good, is going to fall way off, what impact does that have on you as you move towards the season?
We just really want to prove everyone wrong, just like we did last year. People weren't giving us a shot last year, and we have the same mentality as we did last year. Is we're going to take it game by game. We're going to try to win every game, and we expect ourselves to get to the Georgia Dome like we do every year. So we don't really listen to what all the naysayers what they're coming at us with, but it is a little bit of fuel to get us going and help us with our work.
If you had to think of where's an area of concern on the offense heading into the start of fall practice, or an area that needs to step up, what would it be?
Well, I think it's important for us to name a starting quarterback as soon as we can, because you can have guys like me and Emory and Brandon Mosley being leaders for our positions, but until you name that starter, that's really the one true single leader for the offense and really for the team. They really set the identity for what the team's going to be all about. So I think as soon as we can do that, that'll be big. And then at the same time, getting as many of these young guys as many reps as we can, because we know what our older guys can do, but we're relying on so many younger guys to come in and play that we need to get them reps and get their confidence up that they can play at this level.
Who are some of the incoming players that you know that have impressed you so far with maybe what they've done just working out, or you think can contribute?
D'Angelo Blackson's one guy. He's in the middle of that defense, and he's big. He's hard to move. He's built just like Nick Fairley. That's crazy to say. He's just a freshman. And then Chris Frost is another guy. Great build, great attitude. He's been flying around during practices and really just impressing a lot of the older guys. And then Quan Bray is another guy. You know, he's been through some rough stuff this summer, and he's just kept his head high. And you know, he's come to us when he needs to talk to someone, and he's just not letting it affect him on the field. It's been kind of his place to get away from it all. So he's impressed us a lot. He'll be a guy like Javon Reed who can catch the ball out in space and hopefully make some plays for us.
What have you thought about the young guys at tight end?
Brandon and CJ, they've both been in my ear every day, blowing my phone up, let's go watch film. So, you know, I'm glad that they're doing that. They're trying to get a jump start on it before the season. And Brandon, he's a guy he's a great athlete. He'll definitely have a chance to help us out this year and do some of the things that I do to take some of the load off of me. And it's all going to come down to how physical he wants to be, because in that 3-back, fullback position, you gotta be pretty physical, and it takes a while to adjust to going from playing against high school kids to, like my freshman year, going against Antonio Coleman and just getting blown up my first time. It doesn't feel good. You kind of lose your confidence a little bit. And then CJ, he's another good kid. He's already 6'7", 250 pounds, so he'll have an opportunity to help us out. We just got to see what both those guys can do in come fall camp.
What happened that first time you went up against Antonio Cole?
Oh, he knocked me flat on my butt. And I just looked up and I was like, what did I get myself into? It was good.
How do you handicap?
Sure.
You see these quarterbacks workouts. Who's got the edge? Or just talking about how you shaping up.
Well, with Clint and Barrett, they're both very similar quarterbacks, and I think that it's going to come down to who gives this team the better opportunity to win one, and who's going to keep the ball safe and not turn the ball over. I think that's the two things that Coach Malzahn and Coach Chisholm are looking for. And they're both very similar. Clint's a little bit bigger, which gives him a little bit more of an edge going into it, just because he can see over the line. He's a little bit more athletic. But Barrett's also, he's been here for so long. He's savvy. He knows the ins and outs of the offense, and I feel confident with either one going into the season.
Philip, just
I think it's just being in the South in general. We live, eat, sleep, and breathe football. And players getting recruited, I know that's one of the things that drew me, is I wanted to be a big part of a big-time school that, you know, we're the main focus of attention. And I think that's what draws all the great athletes and great recruits down here, is that football is basically life in the South. On a Saturday, there's nothing else going on. You're watching a football game.